guys, it's Caitlin, or Caitlin's Reading Corner. Welcome back to my channel. Today I will be doing an in-depth review of King of Sloth! Woo! King of Sloth is number 4 of the King of Sin series, but can be read independently. We also have King of Wrath, King of Pride, and King of Greed. These books are written by Anna Huang, who has also written the Twisted series and the If We series. I also have some shorter, more compact reviews on my Goodreads and on my Instagram, both of which will be linked in the description below. Can we take a second to appreciate how stunning this cover is? Like seriously, this is absolutely gorgeous. Oh my god, look at that. Perfection. Generally one of the most beautiful covers I've ever seen for a book. Now without further ado, let's get started on the in-depth review. First we have Xavier. Xavier is a huge party goer. He's go with the flow. He's very laid back and casual, just wants to have fun. However, we also have Sloan, who is very ambitious and uptight, sort of, in the sense that she likes getting things done in the way that she has planned them. She's very efficient, very business oriented, and overall just like a girl queen. She's a girl boss. We love her. She's amazing. So as you can see, they are very opposite characters, and I think that's what makes them so perfect for each other, and why I think the author did such an amazing job creating and integrating their storyline in such a way. It's definitely giving opposites attract, and because of that, they are able to sort of show each other the other side of the world almost, or personality-wise. For example, throughout the story, Xavier becomes more ambitious. He realizes that there are things that he wants from in life instead of just being a party guy. I think that this book does really well at progressing their love story. It doesn't feel too rushed. It doesn't feel too slow either. It's one of her larger books, I would say, going in at 437 pages. So it's a bit beefier than your typical romance novel, but it is very much worth it for all the pros that this book has. Something else that I really enjoyed about the book is that it's just the characters, honestly. They melded so well together. Their personalities were able to bounce off each other extremely well. It really felt like we could see the chemistry play out in front of us, as opposed to being, oh, that's kind of cringe, or oh, that's not really how that would work. It flowed so well, and their love story and everything about them, magnifique. I also love the way that the author gave these characters their flaws and had those flaws represented. It made them feel more personable, more human, and because of that, it made them far more relatable. I always look for characters who are relatable in some sense, because it really makes me appreciate the characters more, and it really makes me love the characters more. Because that's what this book, or what romance in general, I feel should be about, especially things like contemporary romance. It should be relatable in some fashion, whether it's the characters or the love story or both, etc. Whatever it is, there should be a very relatable aspect to it, because it is the love story between humans. It's almost like it could have been a real life story, but it's not. It's, it's still a fictional world, fictional setting, but love is love, and love should be depicted as such. Love should be seen and reachable, and the fact that this author did so well at it makes me rate this book as highly as I do. This author is also known for her third act breakups, and once you understand that and once you know what's coming, they don't hurt as much. because I don't like a sad book. I really don't. I will not read a sad book. I get too affected by them. But me going in knowing that there's always a third act breakup or situation where something goes very, very wrong in the relationship allows me to know that, hey, this is absolutely going to be fixed. It will have a happy ending. Everything will be fine again. This third act breakup was one that I genuinely found admirable almost, and found to be, again, very realistic. While I will not give any spoilers as to what it was or what it entails, it encompassed what it feels to be immensely stressed and to have certain triggers be brought up again and lashing out because it's so fresh and so new, and you're still dealing and reeling from the emotions of the situation that they just encountered. Because of that, the third act breakup happens. However, this third act breakup was very redeemable. It was very fixable, and I believe that it was one of the better third act breakups that I'd ever read about, just because it didn't feel so damageable. It didn't feel like the relationship should still have a lot of scars on it from the third act breakup. There are some third act breakups where it feels like the couple should not have recovered as fastly as they did based on the events. And I can give a few examples of those. If you guys are curious, leave it in the comments below and I can tell you a bit more about that. But other than that, so excellent. I love the way that it played out. It felt like, especially knowing the characters that Xavier and Sloane are, it felt right to them how quickly they were able to recover from this. I would say that it ended up being fixed because they were able to communicate how they felt and also redeem themselves from it. Be like, hey, I'm sorry for the way I reacted, blah, blah, blah. But now that I know I'm going to work on this in the future, I don't want to lose you. I care very much about you. I should not have reacted like that. That is the key. And these characters are very mature enough to be able to act like that. And they were able to recognize that, which is why I hold this book so highly. It's so good. I hate miscommunication tropes when they are done. It almost like the characters are so immature and they're not ready for such a relationship or for such an amazing love story. I love miscommunication when it can be easily fixed. When it's miscommunication of almost like when it's a very quote unquote silly miscommunication, or it is not even miscommunication, more like a misunderstanding, I guess, if that makes sense. Either way, top notch. So excellently written from the beginning to the end. It flowed incredibly well too. I need to mention that. The flow, it generally read like a cohesive love story. Something I'd also like to mention is that I loved the banter between Xavier and Sloane. They are so cute, so adorable, and the way that they just bounce off one another, creative and flirtatiously and mockingly almost, it's so great. I think it's just because I love characters like that who are able to sort of not necessarily take the punch or whatever, but they're able to joke around with each other and know that the other isn't trying to hurt them. They're just trying to poke fun almost. Another thing to mention are the fun scenes. The fun scenes were excellently written. They were written with women in mind, and they were written for the women who read these books. I definitely feel as though when the female character is the one who is sort of getting more attention and being more thought of in such scenes, I enjoy the scenes more. I think that's just the way to go when your main audience or your target audience is female. So it works really, really well. It was so good. It was so good. I love when the male character takes care of the female character in those types of scenes because I feel like those are they're typically the ones who get left out. Their pleasure is not as often thought about. So it really emphasizes like, hey, it takes two to tango. You gotta take care of both. You have to prioritize both people's fun in the fun time. So excellent. Highly recommend. I'm going to read to you two of my favorite quotes from this book, although there are many, many more. Quote number 1. Life ebbs and flows, and there's always room for change. Humans have the capacity for growth until they leave this earth, so never feel like it's too late for you to take another road if you're unhappy with the one you're traveling. That's so encouraging and so inspiring. I myself, as someone who's about to graduate from college very soon and is very scared of what the future holds for me and just all the possibilities and lack of structure almost and not knowing what's going to happen, it's very comforting to know that even if I take a road and I don't like it, it's my life and I'm more than welcome to change the road and figure things out in the way I want them to go. Quote number 2. Every version of my happily ever after will always include some version of you. It's so romantic. It's so romantic. This book was genuinely for the romantics out there, for those who love to feel their heart warm inside and to feel it's like you could feel the love from these pages that these characters have for each other as if you were part of their story somehow. Like you were the love that they were feeling and it was just bursting forth with energy. It was beautiful. This book is very beautifully written. I think that'll be it for the in-depth review. Thank you so much for watching. I sincerely hope you go and check out this book if you're interested. Remember, it's a contemporary romance with forced proximity, grumpy ex-sunshine, and he falls first. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more content like this, go ahead and hit the like button below and subscribe, and I will see you all later. Happy reading!